My name is Alex, also known around these parts as Spicy Books and Icy Coffee, and this is not my regularly scheduled content. Not that I really have regularly scheduled content. With my ADHD, I tend to just post whenever I can, as often as I can. But I had to come on here because my book of the year, I could say that probably with my entire chest. My book of the year was just consumed via audiobook. I finished the ALC of it, and I couldn't even use my fingers to write this review. I had to use my mouth. Insert joke here. That's fine. So what does my ADHD do to me whenever I read something or find something that I'm obsessed with? Naturally, I go out and I scour the internet for any and all things related to said item, said topic, whatever. So as soon as I finished this book, I naturally used my fingers to go find everything I could to buy a bunch of merch. Because I also, if you follow my page, know that I really love helping small business owners. So not that this was about, but this is about Neurovance. This is about Milo. This is about Jay. This is about Nova. This is about Seb. This is about Alexandra St Pierre. All of them. It's about all of them. How often do you read a book and experience every emotion at one time? On my drives to work, as I'm consuming this audiobook, I can tell you I legitimately laughed out loud in my car to myself as a loony person. I also cried to myself. I also held my heart. I also wondered why I haven't read Alexandra St Pierre before. I own The Mercenary and The Mortician in 2 different variations because naturally, gotta catch them all. But this book was eye-opening. This book was amazing. This book had heart. This book crushed heart. This book was everything that I needed at this point in my life. So if you are a fan of incredibly well-written story, like, it felt like it was real. This whole storyline felt like this has to be real, right? This has to be happening. No, well, obviously it's fiction. But the way that it was done, the way she was able to pull together her thoughts in this book to be so realistic. I don't know how that technology isn't around. Truly. It was amazing. I adored the relationship between Jay and Milo. It was not the traditional relationship that I feel like sometimes you see. And it was really well done. In a lot of different ways. So the book is not necessarily in a chronological order. So, but that was, and she will denote that it was intentional and that was needed. You needed to have that out of orderness for you to consume it properly. Speaking of, she said that. Okay, the whole ending, her essential footnote, her own personal epilogue, as you will, her regurgitation of her thoughts. I don't know how bad I needed that from an author. You know, in this space, I feel like you end up seeing so many books come to life, and then the author puts out another one, and it's, banger after banger after banger. Fantastic. No problem with that. But to hear the heart and soul that was put into it, bravo. I needed that. I totally needed that. This is also bizarre that I am just talking to myself via this review, but I am talking to you also, because if you are like me and you've seen this book around but don't necessarily lean into those books that are hyped a lot, this one, I don't know, might even be underhyped, but this one to me deserves the read. It deserves the attention. So I did need to say thank you to Podium Audio for the ALC. Thank you to Alex for the story for Milo, and for Seb and for Nova. I don't feel like I should have had the emotion about Nova that I did. I mean, I'm sure that was intentional, but yeah, I did. I thought that the way that AI was incorporated into it as a storyline, not using AI, obviously, was genius, because the fact is we can't get away from AI. AI is a part of the world now, but using it ethically huge, huge shout out there. So yeah. Yeah, if you are on the fence about Neurovance, or you just know that you like romances, this one, as long as you don't mind a roller coaster, you do need to understand that emotions will happen. Emotions will happen. I'm already like feeling a little tightness in my chest right now, just thinking back about it. It was not the shortest audiobook. I think it came in at just over 16 hours, but the narrators, fantastic. All of it. I mean, I literally felt like they were made for these parts. So, yeah, I almost forgot even to reach out. I almost forgot to give props to the narrators because they also killed it. The way they did I mean, obviously they each did their own parts, but also the side characters, right? They also took on the side characters. But the vocal manipulations they were able to do was fantastic. So just in terms of being a voice actor, fantastic narrators. Absolutely felt like it was all happening. Oh, the audio was really good. Yeah. Fan of the relationship. I'm a fan of the dynamic. I'm a fan of how it was all done. I loved the storyline. I don't know what else to say. You're probably tired of me by now. I'm near 9 minutes, so I gotta cut it off. But I needed to say it to somebody. So this is obviously going to be a YouTube post. It can't be an Instagram one. So thanks for sticking around if you did. Give Neurovance a read. I don't think you'll regret it.